Welcome to Love and Deb's Fit 50s. Yes! Thank you, you beautiful, amazing soul. Because of you, I now have my custom channel URL, and I'm so grateful and happy. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Have you been wanting to try out the Total Body Enhancement Machine, but it scares you? I can definitely relate because that was me. Today, I'll be sharing some tips of how I got over my fears, and now I just love it. Subscribe and tap on that bell so you can get notifications for my weekly videos. Subscribe now and join the Fit 50s fam. We all have fears of certain things, and that's okay. I know that the fear is in our minds, it's in my mind, and it can often be hard to overcome because we're not willing to face that fear. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, this is just my personal experience. For me, what really helped me also, because I was terrified, my past relationship, my first marriage, very traumatic. I'm domestic abuse, violence, mental, physical survivor. And I have many fears from that. And I'm now 56 and I didn't even realize it until later in life that that's what these fears were caused from. So if you believe in prayer, for me it's God, I pray. I get in there and I pray and I say that I feel safe, that I feel protected, because you want to recondition those old thoughts. You want to speak positive and kind to yourself.
Tip number 1.
My first tip is to get inside the machine. You can even ask to have it set for less minutes. You can go for 6 minutes if you want. And you don't have to stay in it, you can get out, you don't even have to close the door. It's about facing that fear. When I first got inside that Total Body Enhancement Machine, my first time, I stepped out many times. I would go back up front and ask the customer desk to reset it. That's how terrifying it was for me. I did this many times. Some guy came in and he actually set it on level 3, I think, and it was way too much intensity for me. So I kept getting out. I couldn't close the door, but that was the first step. The first step to facing that fear was getting inside the machine. I know of at least 2 staff members that work there that have a fear of the small space. So they said they could never do it. So just going in there, that is the first step. If you are afraid, there is the stop, that button on there. There's also on the wall by the door, at least at my location, there is a panic button. So if all else fails and you have a panic attack or something, don't be afraid to pull that. Hopefully you're fully dressed. I would suggest, if you're trying it for the first time, to just have your clothing on, your workout clothing, just until you can get used to it and get comfortable with it.
Tip number 2.
My next tip is to visualize yourself, to see yourself in the machine. I had to mentally tell myself, I can do this, I am going to do this, I see myself doing this, being able to use this machine with the door closed. And I would visualize myself inside that machine with the door closed. And I have it on recording when I actually was able to do it, and you can hear me yell in the video because it was a sense of accomplishment and slight panic at the same time. But you really have nothing to fear. The bottom is just a little magnet, and that's how the door closes, and it's not even closed all the way. It stays open about that much. So visualize, even whatever it is in life, you can visualize. That's how I first started losing weight. It was really hard for me to see myself that way in 2016 because I had been overweight for so long. But I started visualizing myself as a thinner person, and I even wrote quotes on my water bottle. The thing about it is, once I lost that weight, there was still that mental conditioning that I was going to wake up one day and I was going to be overweight. I just started eating some unhealthy sugars, and I wasn't exercising enough. But now I'm exercising more, but I'm still eating crap. but I'm working on it because it's 2020 and it's going to be our year. It's going to be amazing and we're going to do wonderful. We're going to do great. If you're taking that first step, I am so extremely proud of you for doing that.
Tip number 3.
My next tip is to keep going back. If it's something that you really want to do and you really want to face that fear to be able to start using that machine, I suggest that you keep going back. Even if you can't stay in the whole time, that's okay. Each time you go in, you are working towards accomplishing that. And each time you go in, you are still accomplishing something because you are afraid to do it and you're going in there and you're doing it anyway. So keep going back. Just keep going back. Even if you have to space out, once a week or once a month when you feel comfortable, just keep going back. I can't specify that enough, to keep going back. Had I quit, I wouldn't be using it now. And I had used it for the 90 days. And then I used it past that. And then I kind of stopped going to the gym. I was working out more at home. But now I'm back, Planet Fitness Total Body Enhancement Machine. And I'm not afraid. It's a place where I can have time to myself. I can give gratitude. I can give thanks. So I don't want to get bored inside the machine, so I do. I use that as a place to give gratitude, to give thanks, to pray, whatever I want to do. It's my 12 minutes. And if you don't know, the machine starts with a warm-up, then it does 10 minutes, total 10 minutes of vibration with the red light, and then it clicks off, and then it's another 2 minutes of just red light. And then the light goes off, so be prepared. Light will go off. You'll have your goggles on. It's going to get dark, but you're okay. You are safe. It'll still be running. The fans will still be going on. Just all the lights will be off, so you can step out. I usually get dressed at this time, wait for it to click off, and then I will clean the machine. Each time you face a fear, you are building your worthiness. You are showing yourself that you're worthy. And right now, I wanted a sunny spot because the sun's getting ready to set and there are people right in front of me walking on the track. I could literally just maybe 20, 30 feet away. So it took me a while to actually start recording because I kept freezing it, pausing it because fear of judgment, fear of doing this out here in public. I usually record at another park and it's way off to the back. This is more people that can see me and it is a challenge for me. But by doing this, I'm facing a fear. I'm showing myself that I'm worthy and I have to do a lot of mental conditioning, talking to myself before I start recording and, asking God to help me. I'm so proud of you for taking that step towards getting healthy and getting fit and being the most amazing, awesome you. And now it's time for me to get my walk on before the sun sets.
Thank you for watching. Commit and join the Fit 50s fam and start your health journey today.